misunderstand your situation and give you a wrong advice, right? Sometimes they also can give you a right advice, but again, it's your own decision. Try to find good points in your life. After all, you're not on the street, you're not starving. So, start every morning, like say, okay, what am I grateful for? Because once you accept your life and feel content about it, whatever it is, even if it's everyday routine, the same thing, you will start having a better mood. You will stop vibrating this sort of bogged down, kind of like victimized person. So if you're on that frequency, what kind of partners will you attract? What kind of friendships? So raise vibration by counting your blessings, by blessing yourself, by giving back all the shadows and negative emotions of other people to others. The danger of your profession is that you're prone to be too empathetic with other people. If you're too empathetic, again, through empathy, through this wrong type of compassion, you create invisible emotional cords. Do not empathize. Whoever suffers, whatever they suffered, is of their own creation, remember. Since you're empathic, you attract narcissistic people. You attract abusive people. Now, stop being that empathic. Understand everything in this life is right. Everything is right. And only when you understand that it's right, because it's your frequency, you start changing your frequency, you start changing the circumstances, relationships, situations. So be compassionately detached. This is unhealthy type of compassion that you experience. Because you think, oh, they're poor beings. Well, did you feed them certain foods? Did you push them to go and, intoxicate? Did you push them to become toxic and victimized? Because it's their choice, right? So when you realize that everything is right and repeat it in your mind, everything is right. I don't need to be in control of their lives. I don't need to try to change the circumstance. I can do my best, but in a detached manner. So this way you become like a sage, like a wise person. Like, I wish to help you, but I cannot help you more than what I do right now, right? So I'm not interested in taking your pain or your burdens, because you have to be enough responsible for that. And to kind of realize that power, that it is in my power. I have enough will and courage to flip the paradigm any moment. And there's nobody there, because people usually stay in this triangle, like victims, saviors, heroes, aggressors. But it's one and the same. It's this ego paradigm. So come out. Don't save anyone. Don't be victimized by yourself or others. Don't try to, violate or control others. And you are a being. Then you realize the soul frequency, because otherwise you're remaining in this triangle of ego, whether you're a victim and a sweet person trying to empathize, or you're trying to now control and show your anger, or you're trying to play a savior and a hero. Don't do it. You're responsible only for your own emotions and thoughts. Not for baby mamas, not for your own parents, not for your siblings, not for your cousins, not for anyone, not for your patients, not for your children. Everyone lives their own life frequency, remember that. And so evolution is how deep you recognize it within yourself, how much clarity you gain so that you can rebuild your life. Enlightenment is clarity. So what is evolution? Clarity. Become clear all of a sudden, like certain things that you were neglecting now are obvious for you. You see falsehood, you recognize, and then you ask yourself, do I want to be on that frequency with this falsehood, with these people who exhibit this? Again, if you still find the links of codependency, you will think, should I know? But once you have absolute clarity, you say, to hell with this, I cut it off. At least on an energetic level. Once you cut it off on an energetic level, then it's about it's a matter of time. boundaries, taking responsibility within yourself. And whenever you have insight, I see you're quite intuitive. So when you see some things, do not ignore. Because I see that you see falsehood, you see sometimes like red flags, and you just ignore it. The question arises, why? So it means you go against your true self. If you go against your true self, what do you expect? Right? So the spiritual...
How can I recognize that? I mean, I don't even know if what can I do to recognize it more?
No, you just, if you see that people are like, let's say they're manipulative, why do you play along? You ask yourself, okay, there is a manipulation, so what can I do? Can I call them out on that? Can I ask them why? Or I see that it's useless, so I kind of try to tell them that unfortunately I cannot participate in that, or I cannot do that. No, you can still be polite and say no to people, right? So it's again, it's respecting your own boundaries. Because if you don't respect your own boundaries, then who will? If I don't respect myself, no one will respect me. If I don't love myself, no one will love me. If I don't know how to say no, people will push and push me over and over. Again, it's turning the perspective from the external world into yourself. Focus on yourself, right? Turning perspective from what others have to say that they know better into I know better, because I feel, and I have to go with my feeling, with my gut feeling, with my intuition. Because now you're dispersed all over the world, you empower all these external elements. That's why you're full of thoughts, because you're all over the place. The moment you refocus within and say, there's nothing in this life more important than me, because if I don't stay in this body, will this body be healthy? Will this body be serving me for as long as I need? No. So again, understanding that, you refocus within and you say, I'm already content, but you remain within. The moment you see your mind starts going again towards any external element, you say, that's not important, that can wait. My peace now is more important. So this way you kind of refocus, you know. I am sending you transmission to find that core within and to hold on to it. To find that courage to live in contentment and abundance, self-love and self-respect, to dissolve fears, to dissolve self-doubts through this shift in perspective within, focusing within, staying within, cultivating self. Because spiritual evolution is about cultivation self, but how can you cultivate self if you're all over the place, outside of yourself? So you have to be within. Not just for the period of 20 minutes of absorption or 30 minutes, but most of the time. For that, yes, you can practice, cutting the cords, blessing yourself, because this reminds you where you have to focus, which is within. You have to feel home within. When you feel home and content, you don't have any unnecessary thoughts. And the moment you have these thoughts, these are not mine, go and never come back. I don't need. So the salt baths and all these kind of little things that I advised are for that refocusing, for that, again, bringing focus and attention into yourself, into your vehicle. Then you start feeling less tired, less bogged down, less, unmotivated. So you kind of, because right now, all these things, they kind of suppress the creative potential. Consciousness, as I explained now yesterday, right? It's a fire, that creative potential, right? The sexual energy, the creative potential, one and the same thing. Depends on how you channel it, right? Creativity, this aspiration in life. I'm looking forward to something. Right now, you're not looking forward to anything. You're bogged down because that creative potential is suppressed by someone else's negative thoughts, sayings. Just take it like this and throw it out and say, go and never come back. I cut down and create this wall. No more. I can give you an example. I cannot do it for you. You sit there and release. Feel the pain when the moments of pain, rejection, whatever you feel, when they come over you, just be with them for a while and say, you know what? I don't need it. I don't want it. Go and never come back. I release. I cut off these cords. Don't be afraid to lose people, because the right people will come back or come to you. They can't be lost, because we can't lose anything within ourselves. If you read Siddha Tantra, it's all about frequency. If that is your frequency and they vibrate, you can't lose them. There will be a attraction, connection there. If you lose someone, it's because that frequency stopped matching your frequency. So if you somewhat still vibrating that low frequency, there is a connection, right? So try to raise your frequency if you want to flip the paradigm and change the circumstances. And I am sending you blessings for that, and strength and empowerment, so you can do it. It's about really appreciating home here. That's your home. No one can give you home. You can align yourself with the higher frequency, which is unconditional love, being, whatever, divinity. And so then you say, look, wherever I sleep, whatever I eat, I feel home. That's the only way. And many of us learn it hard way, because we can't be in control of other people. Other people choose to maybe act in a certain way that we consider betrayal, we consider rejection, we consider disappointment. But can we be really in control of these people? No, we cannot be in control of other people's actions, so we shouldn't therefore be victims, right? We should understand everyone can behave whichever way. People can do whatever they do. Yes, some of the actions may break our heart, break our expectations, but they cannot truly break our connection with the higher self. We just allowed other people to be more powerful in our life than us. And that's why we went into misalignment with our true self, our heart, our home. And that's why we feel like beggars, like homeless, like people who are in need of someone's attention, validation, and that conditional love, because we just forgot who we are, where our true home is, and how to be aligned with that. So please engage on the path back to your home and back to your true self. By bringing your power and focus back into yourself, where you always were and where you belong. Withdraw from all the projected elements of this reality back into yourself. And this way you will restore peace, contentment, and balance, and you will feel love within yourself unconditionally, regardless of what people say, what they do, their evaluations of you, their criticism or no criticism, because it would matter to a degree. You can always, of course, learn from other people's feedback, but it doesn't need to be the ultimate truth. Because when you're fully connected here, you're humble, but you know your truth. You're willing to learn from others, but you know the truth within. And that their truth has to align with yours. If it doesn't, then it's not your truth. You disregard. That's my advice. When you're within, you are more relaxed in life, you know. That's the sign of alignment. Because the more you're tensed, it means the more you are kind of dispersed in the projected reality. The more you're collected into one, the more you're relaxed and you are in a state of letting go. Every moment is like, okay, it comes in, it comes in. This circulation of energy. But you stay centered and aligned. Take a deep breath and unload. Also understand the aspects where you feel codependent, where you allow other people to manipulate you, because there are some attachments, some desires that you haven't transformed yet. So through that, the attachment comes. Or unhealthy relationships can stay. I would say write a vision, as I indicated, write a vision from what do you want in life? How do you want to feel? Where do you want to be? Where do you see yourself? And so make it a reality. So observe how this moment is different from all the other moments. Why can't you be like that all the time? So when you acknowledge this frequency, when you remember it within yourself, you will always be able to bring yourself back to it. By remembering this moment. This is kind of like a new initiation. It's a new moment. It's a new empowerment for you to bring change in your life, that necessary change that you're looking for. The Siddhas and Immortals give you that courage and fearlessness and power to bring yourself in alignment, to return yourself home, and to create unnecessary, beneficial for your well-being, emotional, mental, spiritual well-being, physical well-being changes.